Hey everyone, and thanks for joining. Today we'll be starting a new series on this channel that I wanted to make. Basically, it's called Fashion Recap, where I talk about a few things that have happened over the last few weeks, last few months, that to me they're pretty important or they're news that I want to share with you guys, but they're not enough to make an actual video about them, so I can just put them all together here and explain it to you guys. We can have a little talk about them. Alright, so the first news is the women's fashion shows. Over the last month, there's been going over on the Women's Wear Fashion Weeks, and last week we saw the Paris one, where all the big brands and designers showed their new collections. Highlights for me were Rick Owens as always. We had Dries Van Noten, Haider Ackermann, a lot of very good showings. But for me, the best show from last Paris Fashion Week was Ann Demeulemeester. To be honest, for me personally, this women's show was better than the men's show. If you want to see my review, you can see my video here if you want. But for me, this new one was a lot better. Even though the last one was pretty good, this one was just the right. It just clicked with me. To be honest, in my opinion, Sebastian is a genius. He takes on these inspirations and he runs with it in a very creative way. The last, starting with the menswear season, I would say, and this one, he kind of started basing it around Antwerp and the whole history of it, connecting it with the art of it. And this one was based on
Montre Sacrée,
which is kind of the very famous people of Antwerp, and he based it a lot on James Lee and 1970s Antwerp rebel youth. He used a lot of different colors, and he based a lot of his designs on what that same artist wore. As we can see here in the collection, there were some hats, there were the same colors that he draped with his art, etc, etc. If you want a full review of this fashion show, let me know. I would love to do it, but I will only do it if people are interested. But as I say, my knowledge of women's wear is very limited, and you wouldn't see a very deep analysis of it, pretty much. In my opinion, this Ann Demeulemeester fashion show was very good, awesome, and I will have to say it's better than the latest menswear. All the colors, all the fabrics, all the showings. It was classic Ann, but with that inspiration that Sebastian brought from the artist. It's amazing. I definitely suggest you take a look at it and watch it. And all the other fashion shows from Women's Wear Fashion Week, you have to see Rick Owens brought to the table something very unique and different, but following the same trend of his menswear show, etc. I definitely suggest you to at least take a look at it for the artistic point. I know we can't wear most of those clothes, but it's pretty interesting. In other news, with this fashion week, Women's Fashion Week, the second collection of Kiko Kostelinov women's wear was shown in London, I believe. And again, the same thing. The second collection was made by Laura and Diana Fanning, basically doing a collaboration with Kiko, as Kiko himself has his brand, but he wants to give the range to someone who's an expert in women's wear, and that's what he did in this point. The second collection to me was very similar to the first one, but there were a few differences in colors, textures, and new jewelry. Also in this new fashion show, we could see the new ASICS designed women's shoes made, I would guess, by Laura and Diana Fanning, which we can see here, which are very curious, I would say. They go very well with the collection, but I don't know how wearable they are in the future or for women in itself. But in a whole, I don't see the Kiko Kostelinov ethos as in May in this showing. Maybe they want to depart from the menswear one and do something completely different in another path. Maybe that's what they want. Talking about Kiko Kostelinov, new designs of the Kiko ASICS have surfaced, and here I'll put them for you guys to see. In some South Korean retailer, the Gel Sokat, I believe they're called, which we saw in the Introduced by the River menswear fashion show for Kiko, were being sold in two different colors. They were being sold in black and then in green. As we can see in these pictures, we can see a lot more details. We can see that there's some raised side to it, which is very, very different. I think I read somewhere that these shoes were based on wrestling shoes or something like that, but we'll see with more information as they will be released in the future, in the near future, I would say, since they're the next step in the Kiko ASICS shoes. They're very interesting since they're a complete departure from the normal ASICS running shoes, as the Gel Burst and the Gel Delta were a little bit more based on normal ASICS running shoes. These ones are more out there, they're more out of the way. Then following that, Kiko in his Instagram revealed another one, which is the Gel something. I'll put the name here. I completely forgot. It's very hard. But Gel something, and they were going to be made in conjunction with this women's wear show. They're a little bit more classic, a little bit more close to Gel Burst, and a bit more wearable. We saw 3 colors. One of them was all black and shiny, which I think is what most people will go for. And the other 2 are based around the colors of the first and second collection of the women's wear Kiko Kusama section of, or the fashion show rather. These shoes are very exciting in itself, and we shall see in the future how they look on foot. Normally Kiko shoes at the beginning, they're kind of shocking and jarring, but when you see them on people, when you see them being incorporated into other outfits, you kind of start liking them, and you kind of want to wear them yourself and want to incorporate them into your wardrobe. But anyways, as new information is being released, I'll let you guys know. In other news, I saw a picture surfaced of other colorways of the Gel Burst, and you can see here you've got some blue one, you've got some olive one. I don't know the veracity of, or if this picture is real and these are colorways that are coming in the future, but again, I'll let you guys know as soon as something surfaces. Right, another thing that I saw is that Afex Works is releasing a new clothing collection this time. Spring Summer 19 is bound to release the 14th of March of this year, so very, very soon. And the only image we have as of recording of this video is an image with Afex in yellow letters, and then the background is in orange. A little bit of a reminder to me of one of the new Gel Delta colorways, which I'll put here. But anyways, we shall see. I'm very, very excited. Afex Works does very, very good quality clothes in my opinion, and something you should definitely look out for. They probably will sell out very, very quickly. And I wanted to take the opportunity to put into a highlight that what I see is that a lot of Kiko clothes, anything related with Kiko, is very, very hyped. And when people want to resell it, they resell it at sometimes 2 or 3 times the price. And I find this really jarring, since, okay, these pieces are very unique, but sometimes people are selling things that are right now in 3-4 stockists for $400 or 400 euros, and they're selling them for 1,000 plus in used, 1,000 plus used in Grailed. So it's really jarring that the fame or the hype that Kiko is bringing is kind of bringing those prices very high up, and I don't know who's buying them at those prices, since they are in stockist right now and they will go on sale. So anyways, we shall see in the future. Lastly, in the news, as if you're following the fashion world, or if you're not in it, you will know, Karl Lagerfeld passed away right before he was going to show a Chanel show, which happened last week as well. He was dead at 85 years of age, and he was the director of Fendi since 1965, his own brand since 1974, and Chanel since 1983. Definitely one of the legends and the icons of the fashion world, and he will surely be missed by a lot of people, as a lot of very famous fashion people and models and designers have expressed their condolences and their pain for losing such a big member of the community. So that's pretty much all the news. And finally, to finish this recap, I want to show you 5 images or pictures that I want to highlight, and they're the last few months, the last few weeks, the last month have, to me, they're pretty nice, pretty important, and I want to show you. First of all, I want to show you these 3 images of the new Kiko Kostenov collection, last collection 0007, where we can see all the models together in the clothes, in the hairdo, in the whole, what they're wearing on a work for the fashion show together. And I really like this picture. I really like the artistic quality of it. I really like the eerie atmosphere that it gives, but also camaraderie. As you can see, they're kind of like holding each other like they're a tribe, they're a group, and they're just sitting there like, yeah, this is us, right? And I like the dark qualities of it and how it's shown. And I think it's a really, really cool way to show the clothes. Also, following the whole Kiko topic, the new collection introduced by the River has hit a lot of stockists. We've seen it in a lot of places, and to be honest, if you've seen my earlier videos, you would have heard me say a lot that I did not like that collection at all. But lo and behold, when I saw the pieces separated and sold, they're all extremely wearable, which is very shocking for me, since when I saw them in the runway, I was like, this is definitely not clicking with me. But when I saw it in the stockist piece by piece, the pants, the jackets, everything was really, really cool. And the prices have lowered a little bit from what they were last season. And I also know that the materials are a little bit better. I want to highlight the jackets. All the jackets in this collection are a must cop, to be honest. Definitely. They're good quality, you can see it. And I'll definitely see if I can buy some so you guys can see a little bit, and I can make a review so you guys can see the quality and the materials of it and how they fit. Also, the pants are very, very cool this season. The whole motif of that Kiko has been putting, a little bit of Indian influence, a little bit of his whole tribal design on all the clothing, which I really, really enjoy. So definitely look out for it. Look out when it goes on sale. And there's a lot of very cool pieces. If you guys want me to make a video kind of going over it like I did with the Animal Mr. collection, I would definitely make that and highlight a few of the things I really, really like of the collection. Right, so the second picture I want to highlight is this picture I found from this Instagram user, which is like SK70714, in which he's showing two of my favorite pieces of the new Kiko Kostenov introduced by the River collection, which just hit stockist, which is this very, very cool jacket, which is black and gray, and then this extremely cool pants that they pull perfectly on the black gel delvas. Definitely a very cool fit and something I would definitely see myself wearing. Then following that is my third favorite picture or set of pictures is all the pictures from the latest Animal Mr. show. They have this quality of the aesthetic that they're bringing that to me, they really click with me. I really like them. I really like how all the women look and all the dresses, all the pieces, all the accessories and the hats. The hat was definitely a hit, to be honest. And that's pretty much it. That's all the important news or important tidbits that I've seen lately that I want to talk to you guys about, but they didn't warrant a whole video for each of the topics. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll keep doing these little recaps as new things start surfacing them. I won't do them very often since I want to put a lot of things in it, but I'll do them every few months or every month, etc. as I see the news coming up. So anyways, thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you next time.